More than £100 million has been raised to provide aid in Ukraine in what's being described as an absolutely incredible show of support from the UK public.
Donations continue to flood in across the Thames Valley over the weekend in an effort to help those affected by the war. And as Mel Blore now reports, Reading's Ukrainian Community Centre had to halt collections after being overwhelmed with goods.
Boxes and boxes full of donations filled the pavements outside Reading Ukrainian Community Centre on Saturday. So overwhelming was the level of support that collections had to be halted.
Definitely people are massively supportive and they are very generous and very kind. Truth being told, we just don't have enough volunteers to cope with it. So what we were doing on Saturday, we were collecting and trying to, spread it in different bits and corners. The building is also not so big. On Sunday, we kept the door shut, but we were less volunteers, just literally trying to sort things, what they need to prepare for shipment to them.
Alexandra Sevko has been volunteering at the centre and has family of her own trapped in Ukraine. Her aunt and cousin are among hundreds of people, including children, stuck without food and water.
When I see what's going on there, here I constantly, my hands are shaking, my lips are numb. I probably felt about the same when my dad was dying of cancer, but it kind of on much broader extent. I don't want to be helpless. I want to do something.
The war in Ukraine has forced many people to flee their homes, often with very few belongings. Yesterday, more than 1,000 sleeping bags were dropped off at Kerith Church in Bracknell to be driven out to those sleeping in bunkers in the streets. More than £100 million has been raised by the Disasters Emergency Committee in the last 4 days, and the DEC says donations of money are what's needed now rather than goods. It's also warning support is likely to be needed for months and years to come. Mel Blore, ITV News.